Ladies and gentlemen, this is me playing as Ricky Gervais in Grand Theft Auto 4. Look at his face.
Don't even mention me in the same sentence as you, because no, we not on the same playing field. Because one thing about me, I'm finna bring myself forward and change my life.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Every black comedian during February, we're working, baby. March 1st, where's the shows at? Ricky Gervais went on a rampage the other day, started beating people up on the street outside of the comedy club. I had something happen at a show that hasn't happened in a while. I had an audience member hate me essentially and then walk out on my set. Creme de la creme. There you see Katt Williams right there performing. And on the other side, Ricky Gervais in front of the poster of Ricky Gervais performing.
They're not big enough for someone like me. No, they're not. Because if they were, we'd get 12 people on the plane.
Hey, it's Hen Dog!
Black Zeus, the podcast, season 6, featuring Black Zeus and Dante, aka Black Zeus on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram. All right, I'm done.
Yeah. What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to another episode of Black Zeus, the podcast. I am Black Zeus. This is the podcast. You are the beautiful people, only if you've hit subscribe. If you haven't, you're looking kind of ugly. This would be the time. This would be the moment. This would be the place. Hit that subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like, help us fight Mr. Algorithm. You know what it is. I love you guys. And this is proof of that because we're still in such a building phase and I have already recorded this week's episode, but I hated it. It was awful. It was very scattered. I'll just say it right off the hop here. Dante is not here this week. That's partly why all this is happening. We're in a good flow, but he was working. It's not like this is his fault or anything. I'm just saying he had stuff to do. So we weren't able to record this week, and I recorded an episode. And if you were here a couple weeks back when there was a snowstorm and me and Dante weren't able to meet up because of the snow, similar situation, not because of snow, but we weren't able to meet up. So I will be once again going back to the world of Grand Theft Auto 4, ladies and gentlemen. I got it loaded up. I'm going to go back to the comedy club. We're going to go watch another performance right here, just so you can get a look. Right here is the game. I might have to turn the sound effects down just so I can get a better audio read for the podcast. There's that. All right. And now you might be able to tell there's a different character loaded up. This is the Ricky Gervais character model. Let's take a look real quick. I will be playing this week as Ricky Gervais. Last time we did this, I was trying to play as Katt Williams because Katt Williams is in the game. I have modded the game. I'm playing Grand Theft Auto 4 on the PC. I'm going to get into it in a minute here. I'll talk comedy before we get there. I just wanted to show you guys. I actually got it working. The only problem is, what makes me upset is there's not a working Katt Williams character model in the game. There is a character model for Katt, and I showed it last episode that I did this. It's broken. Do I even want to show you guys? This is partly what made the last version of this recording bad, was I spent a lot of time in this menu. So I actually did most of the setup beforehand. I learned. But here I am once again, taking a chance. I'm not even going to do it. Forget it. Just trust me. The Katt Williams model is completely broken. I can't find a version of it that works. I would have loved to have role played and just ran around the city as Katt Williams, talking comedy, talking trash. There is the comedy club once again. It's called Split Sides. Grand Theft Auto 4 is the only Grand Theft Auto game with a working, functional comedy club. They recorded Katt Williams and Ricky Gervais as comedians. They did multiple sets each, and you can actually visit it. I can't walk up to it right now because it will activate, and I actually want to show us. Last time we went and saw Katt Williams at the club, so I made it so that next time we go in there, it'll be Ricky Gervais. Which is kind of funny and weird because I'm playing as him, going to see him at the club. Here's the side entrance for the club, which does not load in the performance, so we can actually walk up to it here. There you see Katt Williams right there performing, and on the other side, this will be really weird. Ricky Gervais in front of the poster of Ricky Gervais performing. And yeah, so we're going to get into that. I'll pause that for a moment. We'll actually do the show proper for as long as I can. I tried to just play Grand Theft Auto the entire time last time. I thought, it'll be fun for everybody to see me just play. It's not going to work. I need to concentrate at least on this part, and then we can roam around, shoot some shit up, and go watch a performance and call it an episode. It's not going to be that long of an episode, obviously. It's just me in here by myself. I had so many comedy shows, though, that I didn't want to skip this week. I wanted to do the comedy recap. I performed damn near every day last week. It was the end of February, so, loading up all the Black History Month shows. Every black comedian during February, we're working, baby. March 1st, where's the shows at? No, I'm joking. Thankfully, I'm established, so I got a bunch of really good shows coming up. Where do I start, though? We will just get right into the comedy recap. Actually, I wanted to save this, man, because Dante sent me a post. And me and Dante have this conversation every once in a while about motivation. Maybe motivation isn't the right word, but just being an artist, having to post and create online content and build an online audience. We have these diatribes and back and forth constantly. And Dante sent me this clip recently, so I wanted to discuss it with him on the podcast because I think it would make a really good back and forth, kind of like a debate. But I definitely it irks me, man. I can't stand this kind of. I'll just get right into that before we get into the comedy recap. I'll preface this all by stating, man, being an artist this day and age is hard, and it's even harder if you don't really have any sense of self or purpose with your art. You know what I mean? I feel like there's just, with the advent of social media, everybody's a guru now. Everybody has some advice. Look at what I'm doing right now. I'm on a podcast on my soapbox, giving advice about another goofy that's giving advice. I think the best advice is to kind of just sit in silence and listen to yourself, man. Like, drown out the noise. Know exactly why you're doing things and be okay with that. I'll play this. I'll let it play in its entirety if I can. Ugh, this guy pisses me off. This guy really irks me, man. Yeah, I'll just play this for you guys, and I'll try not to speak during it, but it'll be hard. 1 second, Dante's not here, so it's just me this week. So here is an artist on social media yelling at people who don't want to post on social media but are artists. Let's listen.
Artists are my least.
Damn, it's so loud in the studio. Give me 2 seconds. Dante's not here. I gotta do this. I gotta turn the studio monitor down because you guys don't need to hear it that loud. So here we go.
Favorite people on this earth, part 2. You guys completely disregard social media.
Let me restart it so you can hear the absolute beginning, because he said, "This is why artists are my favorite people on earth." Ugh.
Favorite people on this earth, part 2. You guys completely disregard social media. You don't realize how much freedom you can create on your own by building your own platform around your art and telling your story. But you refuse to do this. Yes, there's artists where they say like, "Oh yeah, I don't want to be that huge, or I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that." Yo, shut all that down. Stop talking for 2 seconds and realize what's right in front of you. Realize what you keep ignoring. You keep trying to do the old way. And yes, there's not one way to do things, but you guys think everything is selling out. You think everything is, man. You forget that you can curate your own style, your own swag, your own following. You forget that you can curate that by bringing yourself forward, by bringing what you do forward, and people will flock to you when you're authentic, when you're not trying too hard about it. But you refuse all of it. You refuse this gift, this free thing right in front of your hand. You rather rely on labels. You rather rely on just everything else outside of yourself instead of coming on here, independently, straight up, and just being like, yo, this is me. This is what I got to offer. Put it, you do. If you don't, that's cool. But at least shoot the shot. None of y'all shooting the shot, but you say things like, oh, you want to be here, you want to be there, but you don't do anything to back it up. Stop talking. Don't even mention me in the same sentence as you, because no, we not on the same playing field. Because one thing about me, I'm finna bring myself forward and change my life. And everybody who chooses not to do this, you just finna be watching people. You finna be watching people do what you want to do, and you finna be living vicariously through them for the rest of your life. Now what you gonna do?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Nigga, shut the f up. You pretentious ass. Bruh. The mentality of these people, these soapbox people, these people online that have the be-all, end-all answers for everything. You dumb ass, shut the f up. You sound lost. You sound lost, and you know what's effed up? Most people don't see it like that. Most people would probably likely agree with this. This is the comment section on that. So many artists I know act like they're above everything, too cool or either too scared or both. Every artist we know and love was represented and brought to us by many things outside of themselves. To be fair, we wouldn't know anybody without labels, but social media is just that. The amount of leverage and magnitude at which your life can change, you are underestimating and taking for granted every second, not moving on this opportunity. Sense of urgency I have is credited to the fact that I was born in a situation that I completely despised. That almost ruined me. So every waking moment is spent going as far from that as possible. That's my why. And to the people who act too cool for this, have fun being hungry for the rest of your life. I won't be. The internet is full of fools, bro. Life is full of fools, but the internet is where fools go to expose themselves. Just create. F what everyone else is doing. Be authentically you and just create. You know what? That actually speaks to more what I'm saying. That I haven't seen many of those comments. Any artist after cover art or visualizers for their music, let me know. I'll get out of here. So real, and I'm definitely going to take this as a wake-up call. Imagine being so lost in life that your wake-up call is some guy yelling at you to be more like him, and that will make you a real artist. Are you delusional, bro? Are you absolutely delusional? Who is this guy? Shah the Crow. Nigga, you suck. And you just out here gaining followers of other people who are lost and just need someone to yell at them to move just another inch forward in life, but not really take the actual initiative. The initiative really starts when you sit by yourself and figure out your why. Know your why. Because if you don't, then you'll constantly be moved around by friggin' soapbox yellers like this guy, who make you think you're not a real artist unless you're absolutely on the algorithm every 5 seconds. You're not a real artist because you're not leveraging social media. This jackass had the audacity to be in that video and be like, you don't even understand. You could use your own, you could build your own platform. Build the leverage your own way. On whose platform? We don't own any of these platforms. This is the comment I left. And I'm so grateful that some people have actually started to pick up on it. There was a response. This is kind of an older reel, so I had seen this in my feed, ironically enough, and then like an hour later, Dante sends this to me, and then I just yell at Dante in the DMs. I'm like, stop sending me this horse shit, because these people are lost. Like, I'm not, because obviously if you've been a part of the journey so far, you know, if you've been on the channel, if you've been following my comedy career, if you've been watching the podcast, I clearly am on a soapbox, or I was more so in the past, about not being of this friggin' social media paradigm, not needing or feeling like clout validates me, not caring to be pushing myself 24/7 on a feed so I can just help people constantly scroll their life away. People that, by the way, are mostly depressed, have anxiety or depression or some shit. If you're on social media, the percentage of that is so high. Why would I want to contribute to that just to make myself feel like I'm doing something? Nigga, I'm a comedian, and all week I walked off stage and people walked up to me like I had done something tangible for them, not just yell at them from a screen, nigga. And that's gonna make me feel less than because I'm not also online posting 24/7. I had two comments that I made. This is the first one. I swear, artists ain't artists no more. Has to be for maximum reach and clout on platforms they don't own and create mindless consumers. It's obvious you don't know life before the internet, and that's fine. But trying to push a narrative that artists aren't artists if they decline to participate in social engineering, not social media, because let's be honest about what this is. It's social engineering. I think most people don't actually grasp that. Yo, these are social media platforms. Nigga, there are people way smarter than you in lab coats and suits, sitting in rooms, figuring out how to get these apps to be more addictive to your brain, you dumbass. And you're wondering why you have anxiety and depression, and you're just scrolling your life away and thanking people like this guy. This is my wake-up call. You thank dumbass, mindless content creators that just push bullshit ass, I'm gonna put on a wig, I'm gonna run in the street, I'm gonna yell at people, like clout chasers. There's people in this comedy community that use religion to push their like image and likeness to the people, and then they shake hands with very shady industry people for the clout of it. It's like it clashes. You look and sound like a dummy. You look and sound lost. I perform for people in real life. I make tangible differences and physical connections with my audience. I don't try and feed them drip feed content so they can continue to scroll and be mindless, so they can escape the reality they are running from. You rush to make endless content for an endless feed on soulless platforms to generate clout so you can feel like you are making an impact. Grow up. Grow up. This piece of garbage, this guy tries to build his following by giving you anxiety to make you feel like you're not an artist. F this guy and every guy like him. Piece of garbage. Piece of garbage. He doesn't actually know himself, but he thinks he found himself. And the way to do that for you is to yell at you to find yourself so you could be like him. Literally the end message of his whole point. You don't even mention me in the same breath as you. You, nigga. I'm actually making a tangible difference. You might be fooling people that are looking to be fooled online. You piece of garbage. Snake oil salesman. That's what these fucking gurus are. This was my other comment, because I just couldn't stop laughing at it. I had to come back. Bro, I can't stop laughing at this BS. To any artist watching this, stay on your path on unfolding. Maybe someday you will be thirsty for clout and recognition. Some of y'all already locked into knowing real artists have a need to create, regardless of reach and clout, and that is okay too. Do you not remember what being an artist actually is? Or are you so drowned in social media and clout and wanting to be famous and wanting some money in your pocket? Are you so desperate? Then you're not a real artist, because a real artist, the only need for a real artist is to create. If you're creating and then there's another need for you to have people desperately see your shit, to grow an audience inorganically or to push it, like, bruh. And you know what's also okay? If you are an artist and you want to create and you do want to build a big following, but bro, don't try and push it like you're not an artist if you're not. That's garbage. You're contributing to the anxiety and the depression and the negativity, even though it's masked in I'm here to help you. F you, nigga. This guy pisses me off. This whole stupid ass mentality. Some of y'all already locked into knowing real artists have a need to create regardless of reach and clout, and that is okay too. Don't flock like sheep because you see a man yelling an opinion. Breathe, focus, and intention. Focus on intention and just create. If you want reach, that's okay too, but don't fall for this man on a soapbox. Salutes and shout outs and respect to some actually real people out there, because there were some responses. This was my favorite one. The guy applauded. Psychedelic scenery. Shout outs to Psychedelic Scenery on Instagram. Applauded, and somehow each of his points always circles back to me. Tony Hinchcliffe, Red Van, me. Essentially saying you can be like me one day. Fucking piece of garbage. Essentially saying you can be like me, or one day you'll be sad that you don't think like me. I don't know when people became so ignorantly narcissistic, but it's just painful in my opinion. Always describing it as just having more drive or passion or blah, 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 and not realizing it's still just all about comparing. It's crazy. If it wasn't for that, I might hear him out, but everything he and what so many others saying has that narcissistic undertone, and it's becoming the norm, so much so that people try to shame those who don't participate in this mentality. Salutes, love, and respect to real people out there still using their brain, not falling for this wave of bullshit social engineering, man. It's people out here making other people feel sad because they think they figured something out. All you figured out was how to make other people feel sad and prolong your own feeling your own sadness. You fucking loser. This guy's a garbage salesman, snake oil salesman. And I had to wait till after February to yell at another black man with dreads like this. You douche. And he has followers. And 99% of this comment section is people like, thank you for the wake-up call. You're so right. I needed this. Hallelujah. My prayers have been answered. Yeah, none of your prayers get answered when you seek anything outside of yourself. All the answers you need are inside of yourself. If you are an artist, how hard that is. I know your pain. How hard it is to be an artist that cares about whatever art form you care about the most. For me, it's comedy. You know how hard it is to be a comedian in a day and age where social media and clout and dummies like the guy I just showed are the norm, which shows what the majority of audiences now are being trained on. This is what's killing comedy in the clubs. More and more people are just attuned with this bullshit. And every once in a while, they decide to show up to a comedy club and they look for the guy who put on a wig on social media, not the guy who will actually make them laugh and possibly think. God forbid you think. Whoo! So we're going to play some Grand Theft Auto 4. I am loaded up in Grand Theft Auto 4. I'm going to do my comedy recap while I drive around and cause a ruckus playing as Ricky Gervais. This is my, again, I'm not really going to do the role play thing. I can't do a British accent. It sucks. My Ricky, hello, bloke. Carl Pilkington, bloke. God's not real, bloke. Wait, let's beat up this guy. Hey, get over here. You just walked in my shop, bruh. Okay. Yeah. Ricky Gervais went on a rampage the other day. Started beating people up on the street outside of the comedy club. Hello? Hello, bloke. Are you going to see me perform, mate? Look, that's me on the poster. Where you going, bro? I told you go see me perform, bro. I'm Ricky Gervais, dog. Didn't you see my performance at the Golden Globes? I called all the comedians and celebrities PDF files, bro. Bloke. Mate. God isn't real. His obnoxious laugh. I'm the last person to make fun of anybody's laugh. So we are going to the comedy club, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go to split sides here in Grand Theft Auto 4. But before we do, I'm going to drive around the city, talk about my comedy recap for the week, because I did have a bunch of shows. I do want to recap them right here, because that is what this podcast is all about. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back, beautiful people. You too can be beautiful people. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, hit the like button, help us fight Mr. Algorithm, because bro, I'm telling you, I care more about the craft than I do about the platforms, but I need the platforms to reach the people. I get it. But the platforms are getting more and more controlling, and they're really like Gestapoing a nigga right now. You know what I mean? So it would really help if you do any one of those things. Hit the like, subscribe, all that good stuff. But yeah, this podcast is my side piece, my companion to my comedy career, where I come here week to week and just run down what I've been up to. Dante as well, actually marked the progression of what it is to be a comedian on the come up this day and age. It's a completely different game than even when I started 14 years ago. And man, what a blast it is just to be participating in this dream life of mine. I do want to promote, by the way, if you haven't seen the new episode of Black Zeus, the show just dropped. So this is the podcast. I also have the monthly show. It releases in 2 parts on YouTube. It releases as a whole on Patreon at the first Monday of every month. Episode 5 just dropped, featuring Jared Nathan, Blair the Handy, the production team at Disability Privileges. I headlined a show in East End of Toronto called Laughs Without Limits. It was run by the illustrious, the famous Jared Nathan, who is Kill Tony famous. He's done all the arenas now. He's done Madison Square Garden. We got an interview with Jared on the episode. I absolutely love him to death, and I'm so grateful he feels the same way about me. What a great show. Yeah, what a great show. So if you actually want to tag along to comedy shows with me and Dante, go check out Black Zeus' show. Episode 5 just dropped on YouTube. And now we will do the comedy recap. We will go see Ricky Gervais at the comedy club, and we will get on out of here. What, like, should I just run around? I turned the cops off, I think. Well, let's find out. Hello, officer. Are you going to see me at the comedy club, sir? Perhaps? No, I did not turn the police off. They are... What? I definitely turned God mode on. Ricky Gervais is going to be causing a rampage, like just around the comedy club. Hello, bloke. What shows did I do this week? Let's see. Starting with, I think it was Thursday or Wednesday, I was at All Out Comedy, run by my brother Justin Sub Ryan in Toronto. He runs a series of shows called All Out Comedy. If you're in the Toronto area, check those out. They're monthly series of shows. Absolute fire lineups. I was supposed to headline this one. I was supposed to go last. And yo, this is why I don't like producing live shows, because there's just so much extra stress and variables involved. As a performer, I just want to get to my show and know when I'm up on stage, know when I have to perform, go perform, and then, you know, if I want to hang out, I hang out. If I want to dip, I dip. But when you're producing, you're wearing all the hats, bro. And it's not even just about the night. Like, it's about the promotion, it's about the posters, it's about the marketing, it's about the lineup of comics. You know how awful it is to manage artists? Holy. And I watched it go down real time. Justin, I was somehow early. I was like really early. This was an out of town show, but I made it really early. And nobody else was there. None of the comics were there. And the show had to start because the audience was there. And you only get the room for so long. So we're starting the show. And Justin's just like cool, calm, collected, but you can see he's got the production hat on. He's like calling audibles, seeing what other comics are in the area, because chances are he'll have to call one of them up on stage, and that did happen. As I was saying, I was supposed to go last. I ended up going like second or third. I have written so much new material as of late. I'm just, bro, this is complete menace to society bullshit. This is me playing as Ricky Gervais, running around, talking comedy, just shooting randos. Look at this. Like, hey. Police coming straight from the underground. Ricky Gervais got it bad because I'm brown. By the way, I can also do this, first person mode. We can completely cause a ruckus here. I have written so much material. I'm so happy about the place I'm in comedy. Like, I really couldn't even have dreamt about this before I started. Like, the way I have reverence and love and passion for the craft and art form that is comedy. Can I shoot off the bike? Yeah, nigga. Yeah. Ricky Gervais running around Liberty City, calling people the N-word and just shooting and causing a ruckus. Yeah, nigga. Grand Theft Auto is the craziest game, bro. This is pure murder sim. Like, this creates incels 100%. Like, look at what this is. Thank God I'm a comedian and I get it out in a funny way. Cause like this would be footage that someone would pull up at a court case like years from now. Anyways, I was saying I've been writing a lot and I'm just getting sidetracked constantly. Is there a jump that I could take? Let me find a jump here. Come on, nigga. All right, this is rough. This is how the first recording I did turned out so bad. I got sidetracked by just playing this horse shit. It gets really fun, especially since I modded this game. It's not supposed to look this good. It's not supposed to run this good. And I have completely, like, I'm not even supposed to be playing Ricky Gervais. You think he wants me to be shooting people with his likeness? Hell no. Running around like the Terminator. I'll be back. How did you get up after that? Hello, bloke. God is a real, mate. Watch my show, The Ricky Gervais Show with Carl Pilkington on HBO. Bam. How are they getting up? No, stay down. Stay down. Give me that money. How do you think how are you getting up? Stay down. All right, gonna have to use the bat. Are there cops shooting me? I swear I'm getting shot at. Ricky Gervais causing a rampage. Look how fun this game is in first person. It's nuts. Yeah, anyways, keep getting sidetracked. So I've been pretty much working all my new material. I'm trying to get to an album again. Ew, this is crazy. No, get off the bike. No, don't succumb to this. No! No! Who's the cop that arrested me? I knew I should have turned the police off. Now we're gonna drive back to the comedy club, and then we'll call it. We'll go see Ricky Gervais at the club. Look at Ricky Gervais breaking into a cop car, hot wiring it. Like, this is the view you're supposed to have. Anyways, yeah, I like the show went great. I had a great set. I ran like a 12-minute set and mostly new material. And that's pretty much all out comedy. The one show I do definitely want to talk about, and I'll save the rest of the shows to talk about with Dante when we're doing comedy recap on next week's episode. But I had something happen at a show that hasn't happened in a while. Like, since I was new type deal, or at least since I was bad. I had an audience member like hate me essentially and then walk out on my set. Wow. Creme de la creme, especially for who I am as a person, and like I'm just so positive and upbeat and all that stuff. To have a person grow to hate me in the span of like 5 minutes. So I did a crowd work show. It was an all crowd work show in Toronto at the Real Jerk. And when you go to a crowd work show, I would imagine you're anticipating like, bro, the comics are going to talk to me. I'm going to be a part of the show. That's what the whole vibe and atmosphere is that I'm getting myself into. But for whatever reason, bro, and let me preface this. I headlined this show. The last spot you want to be in as a comedian on the lineup of a crowd work show is the last spot. Because by then, everybody in the crowd has been talked to. Everything that's been said about anybody, like their appearance-wise, is that your spouse, your girlfriend, your friend, whatever? What do you do for work? Do you live in the city? Anybody here from out of town? Birthdays, this and that. All those questions have been answered. And so you're just treading, you're just retreading on old shit. You know what I mean? So it's very difficult. And I made a point to actually run with the vibe, with the essence of what the show is. I did not prep any material. Obviously, I know my jokes. And we were told, is like, hey, don't feel like you have to do 100% crowd work. You can tell jokes. But, nigga, like, if we're gonna, like, when in Rome type deal, you know what I mean? If we're gonna go all the way, go all the way. And I want to challenge myself specifically because there's certain aspects about comedy where I just know it's not my lane. Like roast battles. I suck at roast battles. I have no interest in participating in them. I don't even really find them funny, to be honest. It's just a bunch of random people that don't know or like each other making fun of each other. It can be really good when the people know and love each other. That's when it's the best. But don't ask me to come and roast somebody that I don't even fucking know, nigga. Like, it's not going to work out. So I've done some roast shows to know that I'm not doing anymore. I had to do a crowd work show to know if it's something I'm into. I love crowd work. I'm very good at riffing. I'm very comfortable with it. But I do it when I'm weaving in and out of my jokes. I don't take myself up on stage just to talk to the crowd. That's not what I want to do. That's like, come on. But I challenged myself here. What I didn't recognize in this challenge is the headline spot. Woo! Like, and it was, bro, the show started an hour late. Oh my God, leave it to black people. So I get up on stage, already not having prepped any material on purpose, now having sat through the majority of the show and heard what most people have been talking to the audience about. And most people, like the audience is with it, but at this point now, they're pretty much bowing out. We've been here for a while. The show is wrapping up. I'm the last guy. They've already been talked to. They've ate now. They're mostly drunk, and they're looking to, it's like, what's the time? Let's get out of here. But they were still good for me. Like, I still had a good set, but enough to know that I don't want to do that often. It wasn't like roast battles. Like, it wasn't like that. I didn't bomb at it. But what did happen, like I said, is I pissed off an audience member, and it was just pure miscommunication. It was pure miscommunication. Let's cause a ruckus here in front of the comedy club one more time, and then we'll go inside. Just damn, bro, this game really does look nice. Like, this game really looks nice, and it doesn't look like it's not supposed to. I made it look like modern Grand Theft Auto 5, and this game came out in like 2008, bro. Ricky Gervais, who are we gonna shoot today, sir? Oh, officer. All right. All right, this is pure Grand Theft Auto vibes. This is dumb. Does Ricky Gervais know I'm doing this with his face and likeness? Well, it's in a video game, Ricky, and you put yourself in it, so... Audi-doo-dee-da. I said something about... I mentioned, because I grew up in a town in Ontario, Canada called London. Very racist town in the 90s, which is when I grew up there. And I had heard that there were some people in the crowd from London. So when I got up there, like a minute or two into my set, I'm like, who said they were from London again? And I can't remember exactly because it was like days and days ago now. But just in that conversation and in figuring out we're both from London, she just thought, the audience member, she just thought I was like talking down to her or something. She's like, she's getting frustrated with me. And then she's like, but you asked me. And then eventually she walked out and left, and it just warmed my heart. I haven't done that in so long, like since I was really bad. And this lady definitely just thinks I'm really bad now, which is my favorite thing. I absolutely love comedy. But that's gonna wrap up the comedy recap. I'll get into it with more detail when Dante's back. This is like a 45-minute episode by the time we get done here. Let me turn off the cops so we can go into Never Wanted on. Let me change the time of day so you can actually see what's going on here. Weather, I'll change the weather to not raining. Like extra sunny, how about that? Okay. Also, I just realized what's happening. It's after 9 o'clock. I'm like, why did the screen get so dim? It's my screen protector. It wants my eyes to be healthy, but it doesn't know that I'm late today. So I'm recording after 9 p.m. There we go. We'll get back here. Now we are going to go to the comedy club. Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me playing as Ricky Gervais in Grand Theft Auto 4. Look at his face. That does look like Ricky, can't lie. They even got his little fat pudgy body. We are walking up to Split Sides, the comedy club in Grand Theft Auto 4. We have already watched Katt Williams' performance. There are multiple performances from each comedian. There you see Katt Williams. There you see Ricky Gervais. I here am Ricky Gervais. Bam. This would be a nice thumbnail right here. Do 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 do. Now let's go into the club and watch this performance and get out of here.
And now, Mr. Ricky Gervais.
Oh, thank you. Wow, thank you very much. What a lovely welcome.
I gotta turn the volume up.
As you know, I do a lot of charity work. But in all honesty, I think that some causes are more worthy than others. Obviously, cancer is a very worthy cause. AIDS is a very worthy cause. But I got asked to do a benefit gig recently for sufferers of
It's Ricky sitting in the audience watching Ricky.
obesity. I said, you mean fat people? She went, no, because obesity, well, she actually went, no, because she was eating. So she went, obesity is disease.
Obesity is disease.
No, it's not, is it? No, it's not. You just like eating, don't you?
Oh, I'm so fucking ill. Oh, I am well ill. I went, what's the disease? She went, everything tastes good. Everything. Not salads.
Not salads.
Leprosy is a disease. Can you imagine Jesus in the temple?
I love those cuts when it goes to Ricky in the audience.
Flesh is falling off, and he goes, "I can't stop now. There's a fat woman over there on her third pie." Saw a documentary about a woman who was 350 pounds because she ate 10 pie and chips a day. That'll do it. 10 pie and chips a day. 10 separate meals. 10 separate trips to the chip shop. In a cab. Didn't even walk that. Wasted calories. So
Ricky Gervais, like British humor really is like...
To try and stop her eating. 10 pie and chips a day. Pie smoothies. Now she's not even chewing. That used up 10 calories. They took her to hospital to give her that operation where they staple your stomach together. And she was sitting there in hospital, looking all depressed. Well, you can't eat for an hour before an operation, can you? And she went, it's a dangerous operation, but it's the only option left. Huh? Huh. One, jogging. Oh, you don't even walk. Salads? You don't like salads? Okay. 9 pie and chips a day? That's a start, isn't it?
That's a start.
They make excuses, don't they, fat people? They say things like, it's glandular. It's not glandular, it's greed.
I love that he's saying this as a pudgy fat guy.
Yeah, big bones covered in meat and gravy. Unbelievable. Always complain. Oh, aeroplane seats. They're not big enough for someone like me. No, they're not. Because if they were, we'd get 12 fucking people on the plane. It's not fair. It is fair. You ate too much.
This is classic material from him too.
Aeroplanes, why is it that I get the same luggage allowance as a guy who's 400 pounds? We're both allowed 32 kilograms on the plane. I want to go, no, he used up his 32 kilograms on his tits. Thanks very much.
You know what? That was better than I remember it. I don't remember liking the Ricky Gervais ones as much, but I think they were like, at that point in my life too, I definitely was watching Ricky Gervais comedy. I was watching the podcast and I was watching his stand-up, and that was fun. That was really fun. We'll probably do these again because there's multiple performances from each guy. So every time Dante's not here, we'll just keep coming back to the club. I'll try and find Katt. Ricky Gervais just grabbed his nuts. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this episode. I'm getting on out of here. This has been Black Zeus, the podcast, season 6, episode 8. I love you guys. Hopefully we catch you again next week on a normal edition of the podcast. Everybody's back in house. But until then, go and support live comedy wherever you are. Go do that. Go support live art. Go outside. The weather's getting nicer again, depending on where you are. I know the States is going through a crazy storm this week, or storms. Make it through that, then go outside. But until then, love y'all. Peace, peace.
Hey, it's Hen Dog.
Black Zeus, the podcast, season 6, featuring Black Zeus and Dante, aka Black Zeus on YouTube, Patreon, and Instagram.